that our forefathers, when they were working in the field, they were more healthier. They never had any diabetes problem. They never had any indigestion problem. They never had any joint pains problem. The reason is when they were walking bare feet and working in the field, the pressure points were already being done. While walking bare feet, they used to get the pressure points activated.
Wellness is basically a preventive aspect. It is not something when we get disease we think of wellness.
Wow, 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 wow. I love my world of wellness. I create my world of wellness. I celebrate my world of wellness. Wow, 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 wow.
Did you realize that you have just done acupressure? When you clap, you are doing the pressure points, and that is acupressure. Let us see how we can use our own hands for healing ourselves. It is said the elements of health are extraordinarily easy to incorporate in our lifestyle, provided we know that health is free and it is ours to embrace it. Do we really want to embrace it? And health is a positive and active process of being, not a thing that you can get or lose. Health remains connected with your body, either it is by way of ill health or by way of wellness. Once Mullah Nasruddin was traveling in a street in the evening, and as he was traveling, he saw an old lady moving around in circles around a lamppost. Mullah stopped by and asked the old lady, "Can I help you?" The old lady said, "Yes, I'm searching for the key." Mullah also started searching for the key, helping the old lady. After some time, Mullah could not find the key, so he asked the old lady, "Ma, where did you drop the key?" The old lady said, "I dropped it inside the house." And then Mullah asked, "Why are you searching over here outside?" The old lady said, "There is no light inside, so that's why I'm searching it outside." Does it also apply to us? For our good health, are we not using the medicine as a lamppost? Whereas the health or the well-being is somewhere else. If we have to maintain good health and to achieve good health and to have a balance of good life, let us try to look at the 4 important keys that are important for maintaining the good health. If these keys are not balanced or used in the right proportion, it causes ill health. And then we are searching for the good health under the lamppost by taking the support of the medicines. Let us try to break that notion and try to achieve good health by balancing and using our body for the 4 major elements of good health, which are oxygen, water, food, and sleep. For this session, I would request you to unlearn some things what we have been hearing since last 1.5 days. And please do not try to compare, because each of the faculty who has come over here has spoken on various things and they have their own concepts. But if you are lost in your mind trying to contradict or compare or give justification to any of the things, you will be losing on what we are going to say. So for some time, I want you to be with me and unlearn whatever you have learned so far in order to learn much better. The four elements, let us call it as oxygen, water, food and sleep, are the keys for maintaining good health. Any type of lock and a key, even if the key has to be maintained in a good way, periodically the key also needs to be lubricated. How do we lubricate the keys? Anybody can say? Noni juice helps to lubricate and maintain the balance of all these things. Let us now see what is our lifestyle. Most of the diseases what we invite are by way of imbalance of the four keys, as well as trying to imbibe a lifestyle. Life is ours, but the style what we want to create, we try to follow somebody else's style. We try to project and import somebody else's lifestyle, and in that process, we get lost. And in that process, we cause stress to ourselves, and the different type of stresses which are there, they cause various type of health problems. Physical stress, mental stress, emotional stress, social stress and spiritual stress. Part of these stresses we have already seen in the sessions what we have had, and the effects of this we have also seen. Let us proceed and see further to that what it causes. Let us look at the effects of the stress on our body. Our entire body responds to the energy within and outside. The internal energies are controlled by the four main keys, and the external energies which try to corrupt our mind and body are affected by the different type of stresses. Just in the previous session, we have heard how important it is for us to have the control on our mind. If we do not have the control on our mind, we start getting prey to the different comments, and because of that, we start causing effects on our mind and body. And one of the things which was said, prayer. Prayer is very important. I would like to say one more thing in furtherance to what we have heard. Please try to use prayer as a main driving wheel in your life. Don't use it as a spare wheel, that you take it whenever you want, discard it whenever you want. Make it as a habit to say prayer. Prayer is your communication with the external forces and strengthening your mind and body. Looking at this chart, we can say that any type of stresses which are there, they affect our body, and our body is vulnerable to different type of stresses, and they cause different health problems. It is very true that different type of stresses can cause health problems, because when we are born, 99% of us are healthy. But as we start progressing in life, we start facing the realities of life, or we are prone to being judged, and we start judging and being judged for various things, whereby we start causing different type of stresses in our mind and body. First and foremost is the stress. What we come across is the physical stress when we try to do things beyond our physical limits, what our body can take it or express it. And when we try to follow somebody else's lifestyle, like if you look at Salman Khan, and if you want to build up the muscles of Salman Khan, and you try to go and exercise and do things beyond your control or your capacity, you are causing physical stress. At times, you have to do travel for long distances, For instance, many people would have come over here for attending this seminar over here from long distances. These are certain physical stresses you would have gone through, and those are the physical stresses also can at times cause certain type of body pain, back pain, neck pain, shoulder pains. These are the causes of physical stress. Mental stress. Mind can be the most creative tool and the most destructive to our own system. And that is why it was said, one has to be very, very careful in utilizing the capacity of our mind and also to utilize the capacity of our own mind. If it is judiciously used, it can become the most creative organ of our body, but if it is not used judiciously, it can become the most corrupt and the destructive organ of our body. If because of the mental stresses, the problems what we face are acidity, indigestion, diabetes, blood pressure, and at times it can lead to mental disorders also. So it is very essential that we have the control on our mind and body, and one of the things where we can have control on our mind is by way of meditation and prayers. Emotional stress. The mind loves to be expressing, and when it is curtailed, the body starts expressing the effects. Emotional stress is caused mainly due to lack of expression. We all want to express ourselves, express our feeling, express our words, but when there are restrictions that we impose, knowingly or unknowingly, on our mind, not to express, we start causing blockages to our emotions, and emotional stress can cause effects to the lungs. And when there are effects to the lungs, it starts causing problem to the lungs related issues, which can be skin problems and asthma. Asthma is weakness of the lungs, which is caused mainly due to emotional stress. Social stress. More than your mind, it is the society who is worried for you, but their concerns can trigger many unwanted and unwarranted problems. When we allow our mind to be judged by others, when we allow our mind in utilizing the capacity for destructive things, we are causing more of social stress. Never allow yourself to be judged by others. Judge yourself, judge your capability, and strengthen your capability. For instance, my morning prayer every day are just 2 lines. God, help me to strengthen my strength and weaken my weakness. That is the just 2 lines prayer, says it everything to me, and I really mean it to find out what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, and as I start working to reduce my weaknesses, I become more and more capable to utilize the energy of my mind. What are the problems which are connected to the social stress? When you allow yourself to be judged by others, you become less effective in your life. And when you become less effective in your life, you get into depression. Spiritual stress. It is good to walk the divine path, but watch out if your body does not allow you to move ahead. What does this mean? It is good to walk the divine path, and in the process of divine path, many a times in every religion, there are systems of fasting. It promotes you to do the fasting. At times it says that you have to go walking for certain distances. But if your physical health does not allow you to fast under the name of religion, you should not try to put pressure on your mind and body. In case if your body is not permitting, and still if you do that, you can end up into general body pain. It can cause lot of joint pains, and it can create lot of acidity, and it can also lead to ulcers in case if your body is not permitting to remain without food for long hours. Try to use your own judicial mind to follow what you need to do without being enforced by others. Ultimately, you are responsible for your body. If there is any pain, nobody else is going to come and share your pain. It is you who have to endure the pain, experience the pain, and try to find out how you can get out of pain. If you have to look at it, it's like you are your own batsman. In a cricket match, the batsman alone knows how he has to face the ball and what action he has to do for that ball at that moment of time. Rest 70,000-80,000 people will be sitting in the audience just to clap or to criticize. Don't allow yourself to be judged or adjudicated by others. Try to take your own decision at that moment of time, the treatment that you want to do for your own mind and body. Here, we are going to talk about acupressure for treating our own self and to create and maintain good health. What is acupressure? Acupressure is a science which is more than 5,000-year-old science, originating from India, traveled down to Sri Lanka, and from there it has traveled to Japan and China. And when it has traveled to Japan and China, all the original documents which were there, that were also carried along with by them, and they refined it to acupuncture. The original science originating from India was not popular in India because our own psychological and mental block that whatever I know should be known and remaining only with me. If I share it with others, my importance will be reduced. And because of that process, it was not shared with a lot of people, and people forgot about it. Why it is becoming popular now? The reason it is becoming popular now is we believe in everything imported. The moment now we hear about it, Chinese acupuncture, we feel, oh, this is Chinese, it is out of India, so this has to be more effective. And we start looking at it and trying to do it and experimenting it. The difference between acupressure and acupuncture is an invasive therapy, whereas acupressure is non-invasive therapy. It can be done by your own self, by your own hands. It can be done by your own hands. The energy is available to cure yourself by your own hands. If you have to break the word acupressure into two parts, it means pressing the point at an accurate place, which means activation of the points at an accurate place. Why do we activate the points? The nature has created our body in such a beautiful way that each and every organ of our body is connected by way of nerve endings in our hands, feet, ears, and spine. Nature has connected the entire body system at 4 different places so that in case if there is any deficiency at any part of the body, the person should not be deprived of curing and helping one's own self. Let us see how this is connected. The body's nervous system carries blood to each and every part, and the nerves endings are there in our hand, feet, ears and spine. What is a health problem? Why does a health problem come about? Health problem comes about when there is an imbalance in our body. And how do we create the imbalance? By using or abusing the four major keys what we have seen: oxygen, food, water and sleep, and blocking it further by different type of stresses what we have seen. At least I have traveled to more than 27 countries, but nowhere I find anywhere any shop which sells any health problem. If there is no shop which sells health problem, so how much we are responsible for our own health and the health problem? It is we who are responsible for our own health problem. We have created the health problem. It has not come from anywhere outside. And because we have created our own health problem, we ourselves are responsible to cure it by using the energy available with us. How do we use this energy available with us? By activation of the pressure points at different places. Now if you look at this hand chart which is there, this shows how each and every organ of our body is there in our hands. Supposing if the hand chart is not there with you right now, but you are able to see it, but supposing if you are traveling, let us try to use our logic to remember how our entire body is covered in our hand. Please look at me. When I keep my hand facing outside, this is the way our body is when we keep it facing outside. The top are all connected to the head region, so this is connecting to the cold and sinus. The top tips, fingertips are connected to the cold and sinus. The lower flange of these two fingers, the lower two flange of these two fingers are connected to the eyes. There are two eyes, so that is why the lower two flange are connected to the eyes. The outer two flange of these two fingers, last two fingers, ring finger and the little finger, is connected to the ears. Ears are on the outer side. When we keep the hand facing this way, there are only 5 points which are different between the left and the right hand, otherwise our entire body is a mirror image. When we keep it like this, we have our heart on the left hand side, so this is the point which is there connecting to the heart. Below that is the point which is connecting to the spleen, because that is only a singular organ. On the right hand side, we have corresponding to the point of heart, we have liver. Below that, corresponding to the point of spleen, we have the point of gallbladder, and below that is appendix. These are the 5 points which are singular organs and they are different, otherwise it's a complete mirror image. Between these two hands, if you look at it, this is the point which is connected to the lungs and thymus. We have a lungs on left as well as right. Below that is the point for solar plexus. Below that is kidney. Below that is colon, intestine, bladder, and the center part of it, this two, is connecting to the stomach. Outer part of the hand is connected to the shoulder, lower part is connected to the hip. Outer part is connected to the shoulder, lower part is connecting to the hip. This is how the body gets connected. The thumb is connecting to the head, so this is connecting to the brain, pituitary, pineal, mental and head nerves. Again, the back of the thumb is connecting to the neck. Back of the thumb is connected to the neck, and connecting to the neck at the lower part is connecting to the spine. So any type of cervical problem can be treated by pressing the points over here, which we will see, and we are also going to call few people who have cervical problem. 5 people can come on the stage when we are doing it for their problems, that for specific problems we'll invite it and treat them right in front of you. This is the area which is connecting to the spine, so any type of lower back pain problems can be treated from here. When we keep our hands facing downwards, the middle 2 fingers are connected to the legs. When we are standing, the legs are in the middle. So, the middle 2 fingers are connected to the legs and outer 2 fingers are connecting to the hands. Hands are on the outer side, legs are in the middle. See the scientific way the creation has been done for our human body. Our legs has also got 3 joints. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 joints. Likewise, our legs has also got the 3 joints. Starting from the top, it is hip, thighs, knee joint, calf muscle, ankle and feet. Hip, thighs, knee joint, calf muscle, ankle and feet. Likewise, hands, we have got 3 joints, 1, 2, 3. So here also we have got, this is the point connecting to the shoulder, this is the point connecting to elbow, this is the point connecting to the wrist. So legs and hands can be also treated from our hands. Neck can be also treated from our hands. Cervical problem, spondylosis, anything can be treated from the hand. Likewise, on the sides over here, these are the points which are connected to the sex organs. Gynecological problems can be treated from there. And behind our hands are also important points which we will see. Behind our hands are also most important points which are there. 2 points which I would like to mention and share over here that are important is, on the left hand side little finger. Left hand side little finger is the most crucial point which we will see in the chart, that is connecting to the heart. Left hand side little finger, point below the nail, is going to be the most important point which is connecting to the heart. And on the first finger, on the side of the nail, is the point for acidity. These are 2 crucial problems which people face in our day-to-day life. Please look at the screen, it is given. Heart point is on the left hand side little finger, and on the front, on this first finger, on the side is the point for acidity. As we come to discuss this in detail, we will see how these points can be used for activation, for treating any of these problems. And why I am saying this about heart, because this particular point which we are reflecting for the heart is as important for saving an heart attack. When a person has an heart attack, if this point is activated, it can be a life-saving point. Why life-saving is? Because this point goes and activates the heart at that moment of time, which is equivalent to a cardiac massage. Hundreds and thousands of people have tried this, used it, and even people who have suffered from heart-related problem or who have already operated for heart problem or are in the process of heart-related ailments, when they have started using this point, they have seen dramatic improvement in the condition of the heart, and so much so that up to 2 blocks have been cleared within 4 months just by activation of these pressure points. And when we come to acidity, we will see it in detail how to deal with acidity, but for the time being, let us focus on what are the points which are there in our hands. Hand is very important because the help is available at the end of our own hands. There is no need to search for the pressure points or for the help anywhere outside, provided we utilize this in the right fashion and the right energy is translated for curing ourselves. Same way, the legs also contain the pressure points. Why is it that our forefathers, when they were working in the field, they were more healthier? They never had any diabetes problem. They never had any indigestion problem. They never had any joint pains problem. The reason is when they were walking bare feet and working in the field, the pressure points were already being done. While walking bare feet, they used to get the pressure points activated. Nature has done that. But when we try to go against the law of nature and try to wear Nike shoes and comfortable shoes, we are not getting the pressure points done. In olden days, the ladies were more healthier because they used to do the cooking using the hands. Even when they had to use or make the buttermilk, they used to have the hand unit whereby they were doing it. Chapatis, they used to make it on their own. Today we have servants who do the chapati. Today we have electric mixes for churning the things. Even in olden days, they were more healthier because they used to bring the water out from the well, and that process itself was an acupressure. Why go that far? Every day, are we not doing acupressure? What we are taking the bath itself is an acupressure. When you apply the soap all over your body, you are doing the pressure points. And that is why when we have the oil bath, we feel more energetic. Because when we have the oil bath, it is more sticky, and that time we have to spend more time. Activation of the skin to remove the oil from the body, and we are activating the blood cells more. And that is how we feel that oil bath creates more energy. It is nothing but it is acupressure treatment which is being given to your body. Our ears contain the entire body. In our ears is entire body. Look at the center picture. It's an embryo by itself. And in our ears, there are 113 points. In our ear, there are 113 points which cover the entire body. If in a small area like this of our ear, if there are 113 points, how many points are there in our entire body? 1,261 pressure points are there in our body. There are 1,261 pressure points are there in our body which can be used for activating the energy centers in our body. How many of that are we using it? And for using it, we need to know how to use it and how and where they are located. That is what we are here to understand. First is to create awareness about acupressure, to find out where all the pressure points are located, and then to learn how to activate that pressure points and how to use that for specific health problems which are common in our day-to-day life. Our spine also contains the pressure points, and spine is one of the most important part of our body. Today morning itself, we have heard that animals are more healthy, and we also heard that in certain cases, for curing health problems, human beings are asked to expose the spine to the sunlight. Why is it so? Because the spine is also connecting to each and every organ of our body, and spine connects the entire body parts. Head is connected to the mind. It's a power station, but the body is a workstation. Mind thinks, body executes. Mind has got its own process controls, and body has the execution controls. And one of the reasons why we have health problem is there is a constant conflict between the mind and body. Mind thinks certain things, body says, no, I cannot act. Mind may think that I want to fly in a helicopter, but body says, no, you don't have the money for helicopter in your pocket. So the desire versus whatever is the availability causes the conflict. And because of that, each one of us are living in this world wearing multiple masks. We are into relationship. Yesterday we discussed that each one of us are playing a different role, wearing a different mask. Role of a father, role of a brother, role of a son, role of a husband. These are all the roles what we are playing, and for doing each of these roles, we are wearing different masks. But when it comes to dealing with the society, we are wearing multiple masks. At home, we take people for granted, but when we are in the society, when we are talking to the people outside, when we are dealing with the people in the community, we can't behave the way we want. We start behaving the way they want us to behave. Because if we start behaving the way we want, we won't get business. The clients may not come, the customers may not come, they may not pay us the money. If we start using the language what we want, we start using the language and our behavior the way they want us to behave, whereby we start creating stress on our own self. This is another stress what we cause. So spine is also as important, and because we cannot do the pressure points on our spine, the similar spine is there in our feet, identical. We are also doing the research for diagnosis, how to diagnose the problem. And one of the diagnosis system what we are doing is pulse diagnosis. We also check the pulse, which is the oldest system of assessing the health of a person by checking the radial pulse. But at times we get cases where people are not available. They are calling from far off places, from different parts of the world. So another system what is being developed is audio analysis. How does the audio analysis work? For that we connect our spine to a veena. Please look at it, our entire spine is identical replica to a veena, or veena is an identical replica to a spine. Spine also contains equal number of vertebrae as the strings and the swara in a veena. So when a person speaks, we pick up the high pitch and the low pitch, and that high pitch and low pitch we connect it to the vertebra of the human body. And as we have seen in the previous slide, each of the vertebra is connected to an organ. So from the person when he speaks, from there we try to connect it, which are the organs which are likely to be affected and which are the organs which need more care for treatment. Now we have seen that these are the places where the points are connected. Now let us try to see how to activate these points. We have seen that pressure points are there in our hands, feet, spine, but now let us see how to activate these pressure points. For using the pressure points, we can use our own hands, our own thumb. There is no tool that is required. God has created enough energy and the tool within our own self. How do we activate the pressure point? We use our own thumb for activating the pressure point. The technique of pressing the point is that you have to support the area wherever you have to press the point. Supposing if you have to press the point at a particular spot, we have to focus on that area, give the support and press the point. Like any medicine, the dosage over here is also to press 8 times each time you do it. And normally we take medicines 3 times a day. Here also we have to do the pressure points 3 times a day. How does it work? 8 presses each time you do it 3 times a day means 8 into 3, 24 times for 24 hours. 8 into 3, 24 times, and 3 times a day means 24 times for 24 hours. This is the dosage of medicine what we take, and this is the dosage of acupressure points what we do. We bend the thumb down in a 90 degrees and then press and give the pressure to the places where we need to apply the pressure. This is how we press the point, and when we press the point, it has to be gentle but firm pressure. It has to stimulate the point to circulate the energy. Why this stimulation is required? Let us consider that our human body is like a field, an agricultural field. In an agricultural field, when the water is flowing, whichever part is getting the water is healthy, it is green. The fruits and trees and grass will be all growing. But supposing if there is an obstacle anywhere, that area does not get the water, does not get the energy, it starts becoming dry. And when the parts become dry, it starts cracking up, the soil becomes dry, the plants do not grow over there. Same thing in our body. Because of the obstacles, what we have seen, they cause different blockages in our system, and to remove those blockages, we select the accurate point where we want the energy to flow by pressing the point, and when we are pressing the point, we are stimulating, pumping to flow the energy to that area, which creates the energy flow and removes the blockages, which in turn reduces the pain and helps to cure ourselves. Flat thumb should be avoided to be used for adults. Flat thumb can be used only for the children below the age of 4 and for the senior citizens where they are a little fragile, they may not be able to take the pressure which is applied.